Check. 1, 2. Hot damn. Are we streaming? I think we're live again. Oy vey. Okay. That's the amazing thing about Windows. I went from this USB input to the other USB input, and the computer lost its mind. So I'll wait. We'll let you guys catch back up. Let's go back out here to Facebook. Hey, look, there's me. It's live. And it's not off pitch anymore. That is just stupid. It should not function that way. Also, suck it. Good morning. Welcome back. Thank you. Dennis, welcome back as well. Alicia, hi. Good morning. Sorry, I get irritated with stupid things like that. It's a USB thing. It should map to the same device, and it should map to the same settings. But instead, I had to remove my external hard drive and place it on the one where my mouse was so that it would continue. It's just stupid. It's just inefficiency like that in such an efficient machine. I hate that. I hate inefficiency. But you know what? It's the bare necessities of life that matter. Good morning, Lorraine. And it's a hoodie-worthy start to the morning, right? It was beautiful. 50 degrees outside this morning. I walked out the house. I'm like, oh, hi, little baby kitties. They were all there to greet me. And the little stripy baby has finally come around and has let me love on him. Sweet little booger. Her. Fiddly diddle. George, good morning. Well, 10 minutes into the show and haven't done shit yet, so let's get rolling. I'm irritated because it decided to throw a fit this morning. Did you get to hear the initial show start, though, with the National Banana Lovers Day? Good morning, Troy. It is Banana Lovers Day, by the way. Whether you love them for the sheer fact of they're just funny, bananas are a funny fruit, or maybe you like the taste. Maybe you're a banana person. Maybe you're like, man, there is nothing better to me than some banana Laffy Taffy soaked in rum. We should try that. That might actually be good. I don't know. Probably not. I don't think it'll get much flavor out of it. Here's the deal. It's Banana Lovers Day, and it's Kiss Me Day. Kiss me beneath the milky twilight, or whatever she sings. I don't like that song. Sixpence None the Richer, sorry. That's a song I can go the rest of my life without hearing. It's not a bad song. It's just been a zillion times that I've heard it. You can be anywhere, and Kiss Me by Sixpence None the Richer comes on. Any other Sixpence None the Richer songs that you can name? No. You want some cheese with my wine? Hey, George, you don't know how uncomfortable this seat really is. It is World Rock, Paper, Scissors Day. You ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Gotcha. And Tarzan Day. It's Tarzan Day. I bet Whitney's next door going, what the? Nah, not anymore. She's desensitized to it. I do dumb things all day. Kiss My Banana Day. Yes, George, that is it. And good morning, Fred. We're moving on with the show. I had a rough start to the morning because this thing was being irritating, and that's what it is. It's my fault because I decided to misappropriate my USBs. All right, let's get this TIQ out here. This one might have a little bit of legs. We'll see. The tallest one of these ever was almost 70 feet high. That's pretty tall. Tallest one of these ever was 70 feet-ish. What are we talking about? Is it a banana? I hope not. Can you imagine a 70-foot tall banana? It's not hard to imagine, actually. But guess away on the TIQ. Today we'll receive a 3D Pinchy point. Oh, shit, everybody got one anyway. Now it's not special. Guess away on the TIQ. We're going to get into birthdays, and we're going to continue with the show. Happy Wednesday. It is August 27th. Tomorrow is my daughter's birthday. 17. 17. She's going to be 17 years old. Holy shit. It's just hard for me to fathom my little girl at 17 and responsible for the most part. For a 17-year-old, she's above the bar. Cucumber vine. Damn, that's an odd guess, George. But I love that guess. But that's not it. But good guess. Wouldn't that be something, though? 70-foot tall cucumber vine? Maybe hops. Maybe hops would grow that tall. Imagine the roots. It's like 311 saying, roots that grow underground or as big as the tree. Can't you see if not they will fall down? Giraffe. No. 70-foot tall giraffe. He's packing heat. Tree, no. Tree's far taller. Far taller, Dennis. Palm tree. a very tall midget bowler. They stretched him out like silly putty. No, that is not it. Happy birthday to Andy Patel, one of the owners of the Cape Catfish. Andy, thanks for bringing the catfish to Cape. Still looking for that family fun park in Town Plaza. But plans change. But thanks for the catfish. Maybe we'll see you next season. Pete DeLuca, happy birthday. Pete. Pete has a brother. His name is Repeat. Pete and Repeat were sitting in a boat fishing. Pete fell out. Who was left? Okay. I said Pete and Repeat were sitting in a boat. Pete fell out. Who was left? Meh. Dad jokes. Anyway, Andy Patel, happy birthday. Pete DeLuca, happy birthday. Toby Freeman, happy birthday, sir. Hope it's a fantastic Wednesday birthday. Dallas White. Dallas rocks. Happy birthday, Dallas. Haven't seen you in a hot minute. Why are we yelling? We're always yelling. Palm tree! No, not a palm tree. But good guess. No, this one's going to last a little bit. This is going to get some legs. Lisa Walker Goodman. Lisa! Happy birthday, Lisa. She's awesome. Chris motherfucking Matthews. Chris Matthews. Not the football player, but he loves him anyway. He is my favorite Canadian. Next to Shania Twain. Chris Matthews, happy birthday, sir. Chris and I have been buddies for the better part of 20 years. I met him through my World of Warcraft adventures way back in the day, along with Marty and George and so many people. Pam and Jerry and Robert that pops in here on occasion. Old school WoW days, but Chris was my Canadian WoW boy, and he's just such an awesome guy, and he also runs the Crow's Nest Museum, and should you find yourself near Crow's Nest Pass, don't miss up the opportunity to visit the museum. An asparagus shoot. No. And I was trying to figure out shoot like a chute that asparagus would flow through as you process, not like a chute. Oh, you can't find your readers? I couldn't find my readers last night for the football draft. And let me tell you, when you got 300 line items on a sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper, you need your readers. I felt so naked and dumb last night. Potato, a 70-foot potato. I can dig it, but that's not it. Christmas tree, no. Good morning, Whitney. Did you have celebrations breakfast like gourmet Pop-Tart shit this morning? Why? And why would you have that with Graham and Patrick and I not be a part of this? Where's my brekkie? You're around the corner. You could have brought me one of those luxurious celebrations luxury Pop-Tarts. That's what it looked like. I don't know what the hell you were eating. Asparagus, shoot. Dinosaur. No, that's a good guess, but not it. TIQ floats onward. And happy birthday to Jen Zach. Okay, Jen and I, we were in marching band together in college, and she married this guy, and his last name has 3 Z's in it. There is so much Eastern Bloc in this last name, I can't pronounce it. Jen stumped me with her last name since she got married. That was last night. Okay. I assumed it was because everybody looked pretty awake. Circus tent. No. Are you pitching one? That's a good guess. Not it. Tallest one of these ever was almost 70 feet high, Vasislos. So happy birthday to Jen. Pum. Jen was, she struggled through the heat of the marching band summers. She feels it. Happy birthday. You guys share birthday celebrities. Aaron Paul. from Breaking Bad. I don't know who that is, but he's 46 today. The Great Khali is 53. The Great Khali. He's a wrestler. Caesar Milan's 56. Downtown Julie Brown, he's 62. And I can't stand her. Couldn't stand her in the 80s. I'm sorry, Julie Brown. You do a great job at what you do. But wubba wubba, I can't. But she's only 62. 10 years my senior, which means when I was watching her, back in the 80s, she was young doing the thing. But she's still on the XM radio, right? On the 90s at noon, or the Totally 90s, whatever it is, channel. Parade float. No. That's a good guess. You imagine 70 feet, you have a little struggle with the streetlights. Guitarist Alex Lifeson of some band called Rush. You may have heard of him. He's 72 today. Happy birthday. Paul Rubens would have been 73 today. Pee-wee's Big Adventure ended, though, so it didn't make it to 73. Another wrestler with a birthday today, and perhaps one of my top 5 wrestlers of all time, Sergeant Slaughter, 77 today. Sergeant Slaughter. Still a badass. Barbara Bach is 78, and Tuesday Weld is 82. Who is Tuesday Weld? My Spanish-Russian, thank you. It's expression. I express myself. Okay, so there's our birthdays. Happy birthday to you. It's not Black History Month, but this guy's got some history. 1896. On this date, the shortest war ever recorded happened. 1896. The Anglo-Zanzibar War. Zanzibar! The conflict lasted between 38 and 45 minutes, depending on reports. Zanzibar lost. Team Anglo. And then I'm gonna love you completely. The Anglo-Zanzibar War, it was about a 40-minute war, 1896. We called those bar fights now. But, yep, it happened. It's legit. It's in history. 1940 on this date, we know the Toll House cookies, right? The Toll House morsels. It was on this date in 1940 that Nestle registered the Toll House name for their chocolate chip cookies. You had to pay every time you eat them. A weed plant. Oh, my God, a 70-foot tall weed plant. I bet you'd have nugs on that thing the size of my head. Big buffalo nugs. Humph. But alas, Lorraine, despite your efforts, that is not it. 1964, Disney releases Mary Poppins in theaters. It's a lovely holiday with Mary. I love Mary Poppins, man. The music's so good. Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite precocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll only sound atrocious. Take off your pants. But Mary Poppins had some great tunes. 1964. Julie Andrews, Dick Van Dyke, and his terrible Cockney accent. Chim chimney, chim chimmery, chim chim chiree. A sweep is as lucky can be. When I was a kid, man, the Mary Poppins soundtrack, that was a regular record. My sister had it on the picture disc. An Overpass, Dinosaur, Crawdad, Jesus, Brant. Branson Journey to the Center of the World Crawdads. No, that is not. But it was. I bet it was rehydrated. Oh, 1967, the Beatles' manager, Brian Epstein, was found dead in his London apartment from an overdose of sleeping pills. Well, if you had to manage the Beatles' career, you'd be overdosing on sleeping pills too, because they're so busy. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all! Monument, no. Let's see. 1990, by the way, on this date, Stevie Ray Vaughan passed away. Stevie Ray Vaughan died on this date in 1990. And in 1991, Pearl Jam releases the album 10 on this date. Psh, still my favorite Pearl Jam record. But I'm not a deep in Pearl Jam guy. I don't like any of the new stuff for the most part. I'll be honest, I feel like Eddie kind of went to a weird place with his voice and the way he did his vocals. And I don't like the modern stylings of him. Just me. It's just, I don't know. It got too weird. I don't know. A whale. Nope. How do you talk to an angel. You remember that song? From The Heights. It was on this date in 1992 that The Heights premiered on the Fox network. You know, it was a story about a group of working class youths who banded together to launch into stardom and form a rock band. They wanted to rock and roll. 92, man. Flannel. But then how do you talk to an angel? Chimneys, a statue. No. Robert Downey Jr. got married in 2005. Nobody cared. I forgot to shorten these up last night. Let's see. No, that's stupid. No. You know what? I think we're just going to end it with that. I mean, all the rest of this crap is like Miley Cyrus twerking. The Parents Television Council said heads should roll at MTV because of her twerks at the VMAs. But we talked about that on Monday. You know, this was the aftermath of the twerking. A ladder, statue, 70-foot tall youths. No. Thank God. Let's get Stone Richards in here because I'm on the fence about whether or not we're going to get this weather for the rest of the year. You know, let's have this weather till like November 22nd, and then it can go into winter. We'll just keep this forever. A tree. No. Grapevine. No. Good guesses. Alas, not it. August typically sucks, though, Stone, and I gotta say, came back from Fort Worth, and the weather has been delicious. Today, right now, we're at 50 degrees, I think. Let's see. Let's refresh this, because the last report was at 6:53 because this thing is terribly slow. Thank you, National Weather Service. It's about 50-ish, 52. We'll go ahead on a limb and say 53, dare I do it. High of 80 today. Patchy fog this morning is clearing out. Mostly sunny skies for the day. May see some clouds thickening as we roll through the day, but a high of 80. Low of 58 tonight. Tomorrow, high of 80, partly sunny. Friday, high of 85, sunny, but the humidity is down. Right? You're comfy in the suit jacket today. He's always comfy in the suit jacket, let's be honest. High of 85 today, and the weekend, fucking A. High of 83 Saturday, high of 82 Sunday, sunshine abounding. So go do something. Go get the frick out of the house. Get off your ass. Get off the Xbox. Go. Castle. No, Gregory, but you're in the neighborhood. I mean, God, I'm not going to give it to you, but you're in the frickin' neighborhood. Ball of twine. That's a good guess. Odd. I wish I could give you the hint to take you over the edge. I think you'll figure it out. There you go. Well, Brant figured it out. A sand castle. I'm going to give an honorable mention to Gregory Gannon for castle, looking for sand. The tallest one of these was 70 feet tall. Tallest sand castle. So there you go. TIQ has been solved. Well done, sir. Good play. Good play, sir. Very good. Very good. Stone, I appreciate you. Enjoy your week. Get a little time on the bike today, okay, pal? Don't go changing your clothes or anything. The expression on your face, it scares the kids. Ooh, I don't know about those restraining orders. Stone Richards. 2 years of dating. Paparazzi galore. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. He put a ring on it, dropped that Beyonce, and didn't even pull a Yeezy. That's right. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are engaged. Congratulations. You know they're both 35. They could have been like kindergarten sweethearts, but they're not. Yeah, hats off to Brant W. Tierney, Crawfish Rehydrator, ODOG, dropping knowledge. They made the announcement with the words, your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married. If my English, well, no, you know what? I'm thinking back to high school, and yeah, we had crushable English teacher action. I'm going to leave names out of it. But I know Tim Miller was crushing so hard. You know what experienced a boost during the pandemic? You know what actually got boosted during the pandemic? Drive-in movies. Rock and Roll Drive-In here locally. That's a big deal, right? Because you could go out, open air, watch the movie, good sound, lights, party on Wayne, party on Garth. Fucking A, drive-ins. Do you guys been to a drive-in since the pandemic? We haven't been this year to the drive-in, rock and roll drive-in, but it's a good time. We like the drive-in. Let's see. So this is how I didn't shorten my brekkie bits either. Maurice Templesman, Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis' longtime partner until her death, has passed away at the age of 95. Number 2. Harry Styles and Zoe Kravitz were spotted on a date in London kissing like teenagers. Oh, who gives a shit? Sorry. Oh, by the way, one of the pluses of weight loss is I fit in seats better, whether that be in stadium seats for a concert, airline seats for a flight, bus seats for how did I get on this fucking bus? But the whole point I'm saying is I went from 400 down to 225, and that makes it nice. I fit in most chairs. I am under the weight limit for most office devices. So this is a good thing. Do you know Southwest Airlines is soon going to require travelers who do not fit within the armrests of their seat to pay for an extra seat in advance? If your ass is too big for the seat, you got to buy an extra seat. You have to buy an extra seat. They're not going to compromise anymore and let you just spill over into Bobby Sue's seat and just happen to be lucky to sit next to a skinny one. It is what it is, right? I hated flying when I was fat. I mean, I didn't mind flying, but I hated the process and the seating process. And there's nothing worse, even at 350 pounds or whatever, not massive, but getting on a plane, you rolling down the aisle and you got that freaking middle seat, and you look at them poor bastards and they look at you and their heart breaks just a little bit and you're like, sorry, you're small. Sorry, I'm big. Southwest. I don't know. I'm done with flying unless I have to fly somewhere. Like there's no other mode of transportation, then I'll fly. But God, airlines are expensive and a ripoff and just not worth the hassle anymore. Not for me. Drew Reeves works within the airline industry, has for a long time, and has some great insight on things. And some airlines are great, some airlines are shit. Delta's like the Walmart parking lot of airlines. Glad to be live. How about that? Miley Cyrus gave her dad, Billy Ray Cyrus, a new song for his birthday on Monday. It's called Secrets. She had help in creating the song, by the way, from 2 members of Fleetwood Mac. Lindsey Buckingham and Mick Fleetwood came together to help Miley write the song for her dad. That's pretty cool. I don't know if Billy Ray is still dating, what's her name? What was the actress's name? The Austin Powers. Shit, why can't I think of her name? Doesn't matter. President Trump, nah, I don't care. Nah, I don't care. And nope. NFL rosters trimmed up yesterday. Congrats to Fournoy, who has made the 53-man roster for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not a Cowboys fan, but I will support Fournoy, a SEMO alum. I didn't draft him in my fantasy draft. I probably could go back and pick him up, just for kicks. Just add him to my roster as a bench pickup. And Snoop Dogg says that he's, quote, scared to go to the movies anymore after the gay couple in Lightyear led to a bunch of uncomfortable questions from his grandson. Well, I didn't see it, so I don't really give a shit. And that's your brekkie bits for this Wednesday morning. My tolerance for BS and worthless stuff today, so far gone. So far gone. Elizabeth Hurley, thank you, Gregory Gannon. Gregory gets a bonus 3D chucking of the ball just because he pulled up Elizabeth Hurley. I'd pull up on Elizabeth Hurley, wouldn't we all? And say, hey, you're famous. We want to go hang out and tell me some stories. That's all. What's a word that sounds naughty but isn't? Fark. Frank. I used the word Frank around my friend Christopher Young's daughter when she was little. That's how I said the F-bomb. When she was at a show, we dropped the Frankins. And that's kind of stuck with us for the years. Now she's growed up. She's a grown-ass woman now. Making me feel old. So what's a word that sounds naughty but isn't? I've got a list of not naughty words. You could use these for, alternative cuss words, or if you just want to make somebody go, you said tittle. Tittle, Tiddle. That's a word that sounds naughty, but it's not. No, let me touch your tittle. Excuse me? Moist makes the list for sure. Moist was number 1 on my list, Dennis. Moist. It's one of those words that isn't nasty at all, but for whatever reason, the inflection, the conveyance of the vowels, moist, it grosses some people out. Banana. Banana. How about cockpit or beaver? Kumquat. Uranus. Right? The list goes on and on. Hit me with your best shots. We've got all kinds of just fake but true stuff coming up today, and a smarter than a 5th grader just around the corner. The Wankel rotary engine. Why, yes, Fred. The Wankel in the RX-7s, the famous Wankel. Pouch. Dangle or dongle. Dangling dongles, even better. But a dongle, right? You got a dongle on your USB? You got a USB dongle? Bro, don't talk about my dongle. Dongle's a one that I just don't like that word. I don't like the word dongle. Could have been done better. How about caulk? Caulk. C-A-U-L-K, right? Go caulk the bathtub. Hey, caulk that sink. You got your cock? Whip out your cock. Squeeze the cock. Is that Flex Seal cock? You're damn right. All right? Cock pickle. Squirt. Little ASMR. Squirt. Manhole. Booby trap. Yeah. It's a booty trap, you guys. You guys never like on my invention. What else? Flabbergasted. Not so much. Joystick. Fuddruckers. Fuddruckers. How many times have you, I don't even know if there's any Fuddruckers left. There was one in St. Louis right off the interstate that I can remember driving by, and you'd see it in St. Louis. You're like, Fuddruckers, Fudpuckers, Pudtuckers. You know, Fuddruckers. Someone, and I don't know the history of Fuddruckers, somebody was named Fudd and Rucker and put that shit together and said, nah, they'll never screw this up. 3 Miller Lite Ultras in, or Michelob Ultras in. Fuddruckers. There you go. Deflumeri. Oh, yeah. That one hooks. Knickerbocker. That's a good one. How about gelatinous? Does that one get a little bit? Gelatinous. Gelatinous. Knobstick. Enema. Okay, we're going to leave that alone. Let's talk about some fake facts. These sound like bullshit, but they're not. These are facts from Upworthy.com. Truth is truly stranger than fiction, except when fiction is stranger than truth. Sometimes. Here's some weird facts, some totally true things. Number 1, and this is, sometimes you'll hear this with more recent eras, like, okay, so it's 2025, 85. So, yeah, remember when Marty McFly went back from 1985 to 1955? Well, we're further forward from the future than the Back to the Future or whatever, right? 85 to 25 instead of 85 to 55 is 30 years versus 40 years. Holy crap, we're in the future. We're beyond the future of Back to the Future. Of course we are. Well, here's some other facts that kind of follow that same suit of perspective. Cleopatra, Cleopatra lived closer to the iPhone coming out than to the pyramids being built. Yeah, it's further distance in time from Cleopatra to the pyramids than it is from Cleopatra to the iPhone. Wow. Woolly mammoths, by the way, were still alive when the Egyptian pyramids were being built. Yeah, it was a while ago, but woolly mammoths roamed the land. Not the desert. They weren't out there in the Sahara. The naked mammoths were in the Sahara. Thanks for hanging out, too. Sorry for the weird start to the day, but I'm glad you guys managed to stick it out with me. We're it says we're 26 minutes into the show, but we know we're 37 minutes into the show. Speaking of bananas, it's National Banana Lovers Day. You know what my favorite banana concoction is? Take a piece of white bread, slice a banana, a ripe banana. I don't like the crisp bananas. I want a ripe banana for this. Ripe banana slices, peanut butter on the other side of the bread, and then drizzle honey. And then put that bitch together. Humph. Peanut butter banana sandwich. Don't deep fry it in no greasy butter. No. Just eat the damn bread. Let it stick to the roof of your mouth. You'd be like a puppy trying to take your pill. But it's tasty. Peanut butter banana sandwich. Did you know bananas are berries? Yeah, bananas are considered berries. You know it's not a berry? A strawberry. A strawberry is not a berry. Strange but true. There is a fish in the world whose scientific name is Boops Boops. Yep, Boops, Boops. Boops Boops. Somebody go find the Boops Boops fish. It was 2015. Yeah, so 10 years ago. So we're ahead of the future of the future. And he went forward 30 and went back 30. That was the whole premise of the deal. What I'm saying is we're 40 years ahead of him going forward when he only went back and forward 30. Michael J. Fox had a small window. Boops Boops. Did you know the chainsaw was originally invented to deliver babies? That's a rabbit hole you can fish on your own. But the chainsaw was originally invented to deliver babies. That's a whole terrible kind of episiotomy that I don't want to discuss on the air. Pokemon has made more money than Harry Potter, Marvel, the Beatles, and Taylor Swift combined. Let me repeat that. Pokemon, got to catch 'em all, has made more money than Harry Potter, Marvel, Taylor Swift, the Beatles, and your mom combined. That's true. It is a lot of potassium. Pokemon is the highest grossing IP of all time. Isn't even remotely close. Pokemon is many 10 billions ahead of second place. Just, it's insane. Pokemon. Freaking Pokemon. You guys out in Virginia area, the U.S. Appalachian Mountains and the Scottish Highlands are the same mountain range. Did you know that? The Scottish Highlands and the U.S. Appalachian cousins. They're cousins. Yeah, they were torn asunder by plate tectonics thousands of years ago. The Scottish Highlands and the Appalachians, oh no, that'll go to Scotland. The ancient mountains are older than sharks and knew a world before trees. Old mountains. Okay, I'm going to copy paste this one because you have to visualize it for it to make sense. Plus, it's a lot to say. Fred, I know. I did not see that one coming. Matter of fact, I didn't read these until we hit it this morning. I was kind of out rushing it last night to do show prep. Hippopotamonstrosesquipedaliophobia is the fear of long words. And that's just being a dick. I'm going to be honest. By the way, you probably have heard fancy-ass restaurants, right? We have a Michelin star rating, five-star Michelin star rating. And you're wondering, well, who the hell's Michelin? Michelin stars are given out by the Michelin Tire Company. It is that Michelin, sidewalls and all. The Michelin man and his giant Stay Puft marshmallow-looking ass hands out stars to restaurants. Why? Michelin came up with this as a marketing ploy, and the whole point was it was designed to get people to drive further, to wear down their tires, ergo giving Michelin more money. Hey, here's a 5-star restaurant. It's way the frick out in the Adirondacks, and you got to drive through East Jesus to get there. Good luck. But it's 5-star Michelin rated. Well, now it's seen as one of the highest endorsements in the cooking world. Michelin rated. 30,000 miles. By the way, the distance between the Earth and the moon, you can look up at the moon. You could take every planet in our solar system and stack them up between the Earth and the moon, and they'd fit. You could fit all the other planets in between the Earth and the moon. What time is it? 8:12? Okay, we're good. What do you think? I'm going to ask you this. I'm warming you up for Smarter Than a Fifth Grader. What do you think is the state that is closest to Africa. The state that is closest to Africa in the United States. Everybody thinking Florida? Is that what you're going to guess? Florida? It sticks out as our American wiener down there, a little limp little thing. There are mountaintop bogs back in Dolly Sods in West Virginia. I'd love to go explore out there. We need to plan a summer trip, come visit you guys, and just go explore. I want to have some fun. Maine is the state closest to Africa. Remember, it is a round globe thing. So go up over the North Pole, and there's Africa. There's Maine. We close. They tight. Fingernails and continents move at the same rate. You watch your fingernails grow, that's a continental shift. Navel oranges. You like navel oranges? No seeds, right? Those are clones. You're eating clones. Navel oranges are clones. Toilets are cleaner than phones. Most firefighters are volunteers, by the way. Lemons are a hybrid fruit. All right. What do you think has more population? Canada or California? Which has more people? Canada or California? Canada, California. Canada, California. Oh, the scales are tipping. California? There's more people living in California than people living in Canada. Which means go move to Canada. There's a lot of room. And moose. What continent has the largest desert in the world? It's Antarctica. Antarctica has the largest desert in the world. And speaking of the Canadian population, the majority of the Canadian population, the majority of people living in Canada, geographically live south of Seattle, Washington. Think of a map, top of the border, right? We up here, here's Seattle. All this loopy Canada bits down here, that's all south of Seattle. But that's where most of Canada lives. How about that? Wow, Darren. Those are interesting facts that sound fake but are totally real. Thank you, Self. I thought so too. Here's fourth grade Anna with our Smarter Than a Fifth Grader quiz for the day. Now that you've gotten the elasticity of your brain working, your synapses are firing, you haven't OD'd on potassium, it is time for Smarter Than a Fifth Grader. The following 5 questions come from the standard curriculum of a classroom in these United States of America. Answer all 5 correctly or you'll burn in hell. I'm just kidding. 4 out of 5 or you're an ignoramus, as the Cracker Barrel would say. Ignoramus. All right, question number 1. Which word is the antonym of polite? Is it A, kind, B, manners, or C, rude? Which word is the antonym of polite? A, kind, B, manners, C, rude. Which word is the antonym of polite? Rude, of course. C. Good job, Alicia. I knew you were coming in, swinging for the fences. Nailed it. Rude. But we're not rude here. We're just context. Number 2, question number 2. In Roman numerals, what does the number XXIV represent? XXIV. Is it A, 24, B, 26, or C, 14? XXIV. In Roman numerals, what does it mean? 24, 26, or 14? Blue, 22. Where'd the ball go? There it is. Come here. It's dirty back there. It's really dirty back there. 24, 26, or 14? The answer is 24. Congratulations. Good job. A, 24. These aren't too bad so far. Let's see what the third one is. Question number 3. What part of the asparagus plant do we usually eat? The stem, the flower, or the fruit? A, the stem, B, the flower, or C, the fruit? Which part of the asparagus plant do we usually eat? A, the stem, B, the flower, or C, the fruit? Asparagus fruit. What's that look like on National Banana Day? Spurgus. I like asparagus to eat. I don't like it after I eat it. I hate the smell of asparagus pea. And if you like asparagus, you know what it does. It makes your pee stink. Bad. And I don't like the smell of asparagus pea. Which part of the asparagus plant do we usually eat? It is A, the stem. Yeah. I'll eat it all. I don't give a shit. Throw them roots in there. Asparagus guts. Let's go. All right. Question number 4. Which of the following words is a homophone? Not homophobe. Homophone. Homophone. Which of the following words is a homophone? A, comb, B, break, or C, orange? A homophone. Comb, break, or orange. I'll tell you what a homophone is after you answer. Which of these is a homophone? A, comb, B, break, or C, orange? Question number 4. Troy says B, break. Alicia says A, comb. The homophone is B, break. Homophones are words that sound alike but are spelled differently, right? Like break, 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 take, shake, make, fake. No, just break. B-R-E-A-K, B-R-A-K-E, 2, 2, and 2. Homophones. And they have different meanings, of course. So there you go. And our final question. What does the root word astro mean? The word astro, the root word astro, does it mean A, space, B, star, or C, sky? What does the root word astro mean? A, space, B, star, or C, sky? Butterfly in the sky, I can fly twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. I was flat. I can do anything. Friends to know, drugs to blow, a reading rainbow. Lorraine says B, star. Everyone else is leaning towards the alpha. And you're right, it is B, star. The root word astro means star. I guessed space as well. It just made sense to me. But no, it means star. Oh, you were guessing B for the last one. I apologize. B, star. So everybody blew the last one. That's okay. It's extra credit. We're in the first week of school. This one's not going to count towards your final grade, okay? Just a little. Okay. It is 8:21. The winds are just right to blow little junior high Anna out and get a puppy in here on International Banana Lover Day. I don't know that I wouldn't phrase it that way. Banana Lover. It is Banana Lovers Day. It just sounds kind of gross that way. Rock, paper, scissors. Do you guys play rock, paper, scissors to solve problems? You ever tried to solve, you got solutions, just rock, paper, scissors for it. It's easy. And most people understand rock, paper, scissors, right? All right, warm and fuzzies today. Before we dive in on warm and fuzzies, like I said, tomorrow is my daughter's birthday. Got her some cool stuff for her birthday. I'm sure she's going to have a good one. But I just want to take a second on her last day of 16 to go, shit! A whole year. So fast. She just started driving, and now she's 17 tomorrow. I am glad that I've had the opportunities I have had to keep up and to lose weight. I feel like I'll be around a little longer to watch her grow, watch her develop. Well, the same for Lawson, of course, but, his birthday was back in July. We're talking about my daughter. Sorry, Loss. No big deal. But firstborn, right? And I always get wistful at this time of year because when she was born, and I've told you the story before, how she was our ninja baby that we didn't know we were pregnant, then we knew we were pregnant, and then we found out we were real fucking pregnant, and it was going to be 8 weeks instead of 40 weeks, and that was insane. And And, it's just so many good stories that are wrapped around her birth, her conception, all that. It's good Texas story time. So another day. But happy birthday, Layla. We're going to have a good day tomorrow. We'll have birthday dinner. I have SEMO soccer tomorrow night. By the way, SEMO soccer's looking better this year. Get out. Come see them tomorrow night. They'll be at Houck Fieldhouse. I'll be there. I'll talk, and they'll be not me for 45 minutes. And I'll talk again, and they'll be soccer again for 45 minutes. That's how it works. How far would you go if your spouse, whom you love and adore, lost their wedding rings? How far would you go to find them? How far would you go? How far would you go? How far would you go? This guy, above and beyond. A Canadian couple living below Seattle named Steve and Janine Van Yseldyk went on a movie date, took an unexpected turn. Janine's wedding rings ended up in the trash. The rings were thrown out with a popcorn bag that had been accidentally discarded. I'm not going to postulate on this, but I'm assuming she was eating popcorn, her rings fell off in the bag. If there was some reason they intentionally took the rings off, she said, I'll store them in this used popcorn bag. Don't throw it away. Then that was really dumb and doesn't belong in Warm and Fuzzy. So I'm going to assume it's just the buttery goodness they just slipped off. Watch out for Kip Winger. Hey, now. I can take him out. I'm not worried about it. Kip, you sumbitch. Kip Winger's solo album, though, to be fair, that was good stuff back in the day. Anyway, the rings got thrown out. Well, Steve said, fuck it, went to the landfill, embarked on a search to find his wife's ring, and the next day at the landfill, guess what? With the help of a worker, they found the rings. They found the wedding rings in a bundled up popcorn bag from a theater in a big, massive landfill. That dude, that's some serious dedication. Bravo. Elijah, it is, dude. It is a sandcastle. Well done on the guess. Coming in on the TIQ. I like it. I like how the TIQ can float, too, right? You come in a little late, you'd be like, it's all good. It got answered hours ago, but we don't leave the answer up. It's anybody's game at this point. WUSA. I don't know where WUSA is, but they lucked out. They got really good call letters, didn't they? Unless they're WUSA. A man and a boy recently rescued a woman from a fiery crash in Foster, West Virginia. The woman's car caught fire after she hit a tree. That's unfortunate. The man and the boy rushed in, pulled her to safety. A witness at the scene praised their quick thinking and bravery. The boy received free ice cream and cookies from a local McDonald's. Their ice cream machine was working. There's all kinds of miracles going on that day. The woman is expected to make a full recovery, and without the guys pulling her out, could have been a lot worse. So well done. Well done. Buenos dias, Robert. I was just mentioning our old WoW days earlier. It's Chris Matthews' birthday today. You remember Chris? Celine Dion. Because he's Canadian, right? It was his main character, Celine Dion. Anyway, CTV News says an 85-year-old Sudbury, Ontario senior recently went skydiving. Carol Sheminsky, she jumped out of a plane at 10,000 feet, successfully made it to the ground. She did it to celebrate her birthday and because jumping was on her bucket list. I don't know why parachute jumping comes into a lot of seniors' bucket lists, but apparently it does. It's a thing to do. Carol said the jump was hard. She'd had a double knee replacement and a shoulder replacement. By the way, she did not tell her family she was jumping until after the fact. Oh, by the way, guys, my house for Thanksgiving, and I jumped out of a plane. 85. Well, good for you, you spry old Canadian. Carol, good job. Congratulations. High five. And, blast from the past. Yeah, it's his birthday today. So happy birthday to Chris. And there's your Warm and Fuzzies. Look at that. It's 8:27. Despite the inconsistencies and funkiness of how we started, it turned out to be a pretty mediocre show. I'll give it a solid B- today. All my efforts. Oh, and I'm wearing my Justin Ross Deadwood Revival shirt. I would encourage you guys, go follow Justin Ross Deadwood Revival. And actually what I will tell you is a couple videos out on YouTube, on their YouTube channel. And watch these. They do a really good job shooting the videos. The music's awesome. It's Justin and his crew. But the videos are going to paint a picture, paint a story, paint a veritable movie, one could say, as they progressively get released in leading up to the next album. So go watch the videos, and you can follow along on the exciting storyline. It'll be cool. I like that concept, you know. Ice Nine Kills is kind of theatrical that way sometimes, too. They got like a whole dark comic side thing going on. All right, boys and girls, it's Banana Lovers Day, Kiss Me Day. Kiss somebody today with their permission. And then when you're done kissing them, go, oh, because it's Tarzan Day, too. Cowabunga. That's a Ninja Turtle thing. But Tarzan should have snatched that up. Tantor, grab my keys. We're going to go get a burrito. Have a great Wednesday. Happy hump day. I'll see you Friday. What all's coming up? Friday Night Lights opening up this week, right? High school football takes off. College football takes off. All the things in the football world are getting started, so cheers to that. Had our NFL draft last night. I think I did all right. If you're interested in seeing my picks, I'll send them your way. Thanks, guys. Have a great week. Be nice humans, and the immortal words of Gregory Gannon. Hey, tune in to TikTok and come see me live. My name is Gregory Gannon. You can find me there, candidly performing and, occasionally dancing side to side. Go see Greg on TikTok, though. Go support that man. Let's get some live blood flowing over on the TikTok side, too. It's always fun. See you Friday. In the immortal words of Mickey Sharp. Peace.